Hello guys, today's video I'm going to show you how to write a script to do a Gmail auto reply or auto forwarding. So uh, this could be a very simple script, but it may be very useful for some people who need to do some replies in their daily job. Okay, so let's do a Google Apps script file. So if you cannot see this in your Google Drive, you should do this. Here we have a connect more apps. In here you can find, you can search apps script to apps script. Okay, the first one, so it's offered by Google. So you need to connect this app. Once you connect to your Google Drive, in this new button here, you can create a Google Apps script file. Okay. So you can also create it in your Google Sheet or Google Doc. It doesn't matter. So here I'd like to name it Gmail auto forward / reply. Okay, so you can do a forward or reply. It depends on your requirement. Okay. Let's do a function auto Gmail forward or reply. It's a long name. Okay, in this email, in this function, the first thing I'm going to do, so you need to have access to your Gmail. Okay, so you are going to need the Gmail app, and we are going to use the search function. So for this first search function, basically what this search function is doing, if you go to your Gmail, okay, in this search function, will have a query. So let's do a query. So this query, basically, you can test it. You can test this query in your Gmail. Okay, you can search their query here, and also you can do it like this. All right. So maybe from somebody, but here example I'd like to show you. So in this test, we're going to use a test. Let's do a test. Gmail test. Okay, Gmail test. And you also can do this. So you search all mails and labels. And here I'd like to use and read emails. Okay. And do a search. All right. So here, I'd like to use this. So you just copy this, and put it in your query. Okay. So you can replace this query. You can test your query here, and if the test result can meet your requirement, you can use that query in this script. Okay. And I'm going to send an email with this subject. Send a test email. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do to myself. Let's do a CC to myself. Subject will be Gmail test, and since it's a test email, It's alright like this. I just send it. So now in my inbox, I should get an email. Alright, so we can test that. So for I just name this variable unread. So this unread is for unread emails. I can get queried. So let's do log to see what in this unread. So this unread will return an array. Let's do search. So it's a Gmail thread array. Okay. So in this array, it will have a length. Let's look at this length. It should be 1, I think, if everything goes fine. Grant the access. Okay. Server error. Let's try it again. Let's see the log. So we found one email. Okay. So that's how we find the target in your inbox. Okay. As you can see here, we have 2 new emails, but we only got 1 new also. So once we get the email, we can do a reply or forward on this email. Okay. So let's do this. So since this is array, we need to check all these emails, and maybe you need to reply to all these emails to match this query. So for all the emails, you need to do some reply or forwarding. So here we do a loop here. So for I in unread. So for let's say email, okay, and read I for message to email, get messages. Let's rename this messages. So here, this email, since we will get maybe we'll get a server email thread through this search function. So for each of them in this unread email threads, we're going to use this to get them one by one. And in the email, you may have messages. So if there is only a new email sent to you, it maybe only contains one message. So here, let me explain you the thread and the message. So basically, this is a thread, and if you have 2, and there is only one message in this thread, but if you have 2, if someone replies to this email, you are going to have another message in this thread. Okay, so basically this name the thread. Okay, thread. So this is thread, and if we're going to check if the message is count length. So if the message length equal to 1 for the normal situation. So if someone send a new message to you, it's normally with only one message in this thread. So if the situation for you is different, is maybe have two or more messages, you can change the these conditions here. So for most of people, they should only get one message. So I like to check. So if the message is only one, then I will do something here. I'd like to forward or reply. So let's do the forward first. To do the forward, you need to get the message. So for message, and I'd like to forward the latest one, I think. So the messages, the first one, and then message forward. So you only can forward the message. You cannot forward the thread. So if you use the thread, you may not have a function for forward, and you can reply. So if you want to reply the email, you need to reply to the thread. But for forwarding, you need to use a message. All right. So here, the message or forward. So here, I'd like to do the forward, and you need to get the receipt. So the receipt will be whatever email address you'd like. So in this test, I'd like to use the email in the CC. Okay. So in this test email, we're gonna have a CC here. So it will be the thread. I think the thread. No thread. Issue with messages. Okay. Here you can get your CC. So let's assign the receipt to the CC. So far, and for the option here, it will be going to be an object. So here you can do a lot of things. You can do a BCC. You can do a CC here. Let's check. Here is my email address. And also you can do a BCC. I don't like that. I don't need to use it. So you can do name. So if you need to change the name for the sender of this email, you can see that. Let's use a Google Apps script. You'll see the result. And finally, we're going to have a HTML body for the email body. So let's do the body. This body is not defined. Let us do this. So for body, and here we're going to have our HTML. So I'd like to do a paragraph. So let's do hi. Hi there. And you can do another paragraph. This is a test email for auto forwarding in Gmail. Alright. Got the p tag here. And close this p tag. And one more. Just copy this and change it to powered by apps script. All right, let's save it. So now we can run this test to see if this email is forward. So first, I need to mark this email as unread. Okay, so if it's already read, so you cannot find this email. Let's try to test it. All right, let's refresh. Okay, so now I get this email. Hi there. So this is a forward, and also it is a very similar idea. You also do a reply. All right. So reply is a little bit different. It's very similar, but you need to use for reply. You need to use thread. Okay. So if the message length, this is for reply. This is for forward. Let's do thread dot reply. You can reply to some only the sender. You also can reply to all people. And here we choose this one. So reply the body. I'm going to use empty, and the options here. We are going to use the same option. If you want to reply something else, you can rewrite this body here. Okay. So let's do something like okay, let's rewrite this body. Just give it one sentence like the p tag. This is a response with auto reply. And then we can copy this to here. So auto forwarding. Let's save it. And options. Okay. I need to copy this. Options. So this is options for the reply, and here this option is for forwarding. And then we can use this function. So if you only need to forward, you can delete these lines. Okay. And if you like to use the reply, you can delete this forwarding code here. And to do the auto forwarding, you need to set a trigger. Okay, so let's set a trigger. Click this button. This is like a clock, and it will bring you to this trigger, to these triggers. And here you should have a button to add a trigger. All right, since I only have one function here, it's auto selected. And you need to select the time driven. Okay, and I like to check the email. So I like to run this function by minute. So every minute, you can choose every 5 minutes. So because I'm doing this tutorial, I don't want to waste time, so I select every minute and I save it. So once you save this trigger, your function in this object named auto Gmail forward and reply will run every minute. Okay, you can see the executions here. It should run every minute. So this is first run, I think. And nothing happened in my email, so we're gonna now auto reply here. Since this email is not an unread email, it's read. Let's do a test. So I like to send an a test email. Okay, to myself, and let's do subject Gmail test. Let's send. So once I send this trigger will execute the code here. So once they found the new email, they're going to check if the message is so if the messages in this email thread is only one, that means this is a new email. Okay, and he will do the forwarding and reply. Let's wait. If I can. Probably get this auto reply, I think. Let me refresh. Okay, here you can see we have 3 messages here because in this script we have auto forwarding and auto reply. That's why you get 3 here. And if you want to see this, so for the first one, reply this for the message. It is forwarding. Okay, it is auto forwarding, and for this one, it's auto reply. And that's it. And you need to change some code to make this very simple script to suit your needs. Very handy and easy to do. If you are interested in this little very simple code, you can use it, and I will share this script with you. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.